It feels like something just shifted in this ongoing drama, and not in a small way. When Claressa Shields posted that recent video, it didn't feel like playful shade or subtle tension anymore. It felt like a declaration. Not the kind she makes in a boxing ring under bright lights, but something more personal, more emotional, and maybe even more volatile. In the video, she's hitting a punching bag with intensity. Her fists are flying. Her jaw is tight. Her energy is sharp. She doesn't mention Remy Ma by name, but she doesn't have to. The message is clear. The tone says everything. It's not just training. It's not just discipline. It feels like she's fighting something deeper than an opponent across the ring. And the internet noticed immediately. This situation didn't start yesterday. It didn't even start this year. It has been quietly building for nearly 3 years. What began as subtle tension between two women slowly grew into public shade. Accusations of copying, questions about loyalty, and a love triangle that nobody asked for, but everybody seems to be watching. At first, people treated it like typical celebrity drama. A few cryptic captions, a couple of unfollows, some suspicious timing. That's normal in the world of public figures. Fans assumed it would blow over. But this latest video changed the tone completely. Because now, this isn't just about social media shade. It's about a marriage that hasn't legally ended. It's about identity and imitation. It's about pride, insecurity, and power. And it's about a relationship stuck in a strange limbo where one woman is waiting for divorce papers and the other is refusing to sign them. Let's rewind to the moment that pushed everything over the edge. At the Super Bowl, Remy Ma showed up looking stunning. She wore a custom-designed two-piece outfit tailored specifically for her. It wasn't something off the rack. It was made for her body, her energy, her presence. She looked confident and composed, like someone who understands her own power. She posted photos and videos from the event, as celebrities do. In one clip, her friend Guju is filming her. And at one point, Guju says something that immediately caught people's attention. Copy that.
Copy that. Can't copy that.
It's custom. He never says Claressa's name.
But he doesn't need to.
Everyone understood what that comment implied. For the past 3 years, fans have been quietly tracking similarities between Claressa Shields and Remy Ma. And when I say similarities, I don't mean a random hairstyle once or twice. I mean repeated patterns that people have documented side by side. The internet can be relentless. Once fans notice a pattern, they turn into investigators. They began creating comparison posts. Remy posts a sleek braided hairstyle. A couple of months later, Claressa appears with nearly identical braids. Remy wears a bold athleisure look with specific designer pieces. Weeks later, Claressa posts a strikingly similar outfit. Remy uses a certain slogan in a caption. Later on, Claressa echoes a similar phrase. One coincidence might mean nothing. Two might still be harmless. But dozens of examples over 3 years? That's when people start raising eyebrows. There were also whispers about friendships shifting. Remy Ma used to be extremely close with Miss Hustle. They supported each other publicly. They appeared in each other's content. But at some point, that friendship fell apart. Around the same time, fans noticed Claressa interacting with Miss Hustle online. The timing felt suspicious to many. It looked like Claressa might have been trying to build connections inside Remy's former circle. Whether that was intentional or not, the optics weren't great. To outsiders, it seemed like she wasn't just dating Papoose. She was slowly stepping into Remy's world. And that's where things get even more complicated. Papoose is still legally married to Remy Ma. That's the core of this entire situation. Claressa Shields is engaged to Papoose. She has spoken publicly about their relationship. She has worn an engagement ring. She has talked about their future together. She has even expressed her desire to have a child with him. But legally, he is still Remy's husband. The divorce papers remain unsigned. Reports say Remy has refused to finalize the divorce. Some people call that petty. Others call it strategic.
Think about it.
As long as Remy is legally married to Papoose, Claressa can't fully step into the role she appears to want. She can't become his wife. She can't close that chapter. She's in a relationship that feels public and committed, but without the legal foundation. That creates tension. That creates insecurity. That creates frustration. And you can see that frustration in Claressa's recent video. Let's talk about motive for a moment. Claressa Shields is one of the most accomplished female boxers in history. She's an undisputed champion in multiple weight classes. She has Olympic gold medals. She has built a legacy that very few athletes ever achieve. Inside the ring, she is disciplined, strategic, and unstoppable. But outside the ring, her personal life has been far more chaotic. Around the time she became publicly involved with Papoose, her boxing career was experiencing shifts. The spotlight wasn't as bright as before. Sponsorship deals weren't as constant. The sports world can be unforgiving. Attention moves quickly. At the same time, Papoose and Remy Ma were known as one of hip-hop's most loyal couples. Their love story was public and powerful. He proposed to her while she was incarcerated. He stayed committed during her 6-year prison sentence. They married on television. They renewed their vows. They had a daughter together. People admired that story. So when Claressa entered the picture, it wasn't a quiet transition. She made the relationship visible. She posted photos.
She spoke about him.
She embraced the engagement publicly. But Papoose never made a clear, official break from Remy in the way that would remove all doubt. There was no finalized divorce. No clean ending. Just an ongoing separation that never fully closed. That leaves Claressa in an uncomfortable position. She's engaged but not married. She's public but not secure. She's claiming a future that hasn't been legally cleared. Meanwhile, Remy remains legally tied to him. That's power. Legal power. Emotional leverage. Some believe Remy is holding on to that power intentionally. That by refusing to sign the papers, she's maintaining control. She doesn't need to fight. She doesn't need to argue publicly. She simply exists as the legal wife. And that reality can be incredibly frustrating for someone in Claressa's position. Now think about the emotional toll. Claressa wants a baby. She has spoken openly about wanting to start a family with Papoose. It's possible she believes that a child would solidify their bond, that it would anchor their relationship in a way that paperwork hasn't. But a baby isn't a solution to insecurity. It's not a guarantee of commitment. And if the foundation isn't stable, adding more weight to it won't fix the cracks. That's where this situation becomes sad instead of dramatic. Because when you watch Claressa's video closely, you don't see someone celebrating victory. You see tension. You see anger. You see someone trying to prove something. She has challenged Remy to fight. A literal fight. And that says a lot. Boxing is the one arena where Claressa has absolute confidence. It's where she knows she can win. She may feel like she can't compete with Remy in legal status. She may feel like she can't outmaneuver her in this marriage stalemate. But in a ring, that's her territory. So she offers what she knows. But here's the truth. Even if Remy stepped into a ring and Claressa won decisively, it wouldn't change the legal reality. It wouldn't change the years of comparison posts. It wouldn't change the unresolved marriage. A physical victory wouldn't solve an emotional conflict. Meanwhile, the internet keeps receipts. Fans have compiled long threads showing hairstyle similarities. Remy debuts sleek waist-length braids. Later, Claressa posts nearly identical braids. Remy switches to a high ponytail with perfectly styled baby hairs. Weeks later, Claressa appears with a similar look. Remy rocks a sharp bob cut. Soon after, Claressa experiments with a similar style. Fashion choices tell a similar story. Remy is known for blending high fashion with streetwear. Bold, confident, unapologetic. Over time, fans noticed Claressa adopting similar silhouettes, color palettes, and styling choices. Even captions and slogans seem to echo. At some point, it stops feeling like shared trends and starts looking like imitation. When Remy's friends said, "Copy that" at the Super Bowl, it wasn't random. It felt like a pointed reminder that the internet had already done the comparison work. Claressa's response was equally bold. Instead of ignoring the accusations, she seemed to lean into them. Copy that? Copy this. It was defiant. Some fans interpret that as confidence. Others see it as someone unraveling. But one thing is undeniable. This tension isn't fading. As long as Papoose remains legally married to Remy, and as long as Claressa continues to publicly claim her place beside him, the pressure will keep building. This situation affects more than just the three of them. There's a child involved. There are families. There are friends caught between loyalties. And there's something deeply exhausting about competing with someone every day. Imagine constantly checking your partner's spouse's social media. Imagine comparing yourself over and over. Imagine feeling like you have to prove your worth publicly. That's draining. The most tragic part is that Claressa Shields doesn't need to compete with anyone. She has her own identity, her own achievements, her own legacy. But right now, she seems more focused on winning this personal battle than protecting her peace. This entire situation is a reminder of what happens when boundaries blur. Getting involved with someone who is still legally married brings complications. Even if promises were made, even if feelings are real, the legal tie still exists. And that tie creates imbalance. Remy doesn't have to fight. She doesn't have to respond to every subliminal message. She doesn't have to prove anything. She is still legally the wife. That alone carries weight. So, where does this go? There are only a few possible outcomes. Papoose could finalize the divorce and marry Claressa, giving her the security she seems to want. Claressa could grow tired of waiting and walk away. Or the tension could explode publicly in a way that damages everyone involved. Right now, none of those outcomes feel impossible. Reports say Claressa has something planned for February 28th. What that is, nobody knows. But based on her recent tone, it's unlikely to be quiet. This story is still unfolding. More posts, more subtle jabs, more analysis from fans. But beneath the drama, there's a deeper lesson. When you step into someone else's marriage before it's officially over, you inherit the unfinished business. You inherit the tension. You inherit the comparisons. And once that drama becomes public, you can't control how people interpret it. In the end, this isn't just about celebrity gossip. It's about pride. It's about security. It's about the emotional cost of competing for a place that hasn't been cleared. And it's about understanding that not every fight can be won with fists. Some battles require patience. Some require wisdom. And some require walking away. For now, the world is watching. And this story is far from finished.